got an incredible collection of successes, and I know you're all about helping other people. I'd love for you to share a little bit about your tagline there, the art of peaceful living. What does that mean?
Well, the art of peaceful living, it's that, really coming into an art, and having been an artist and sold pieces of art and created different things in my life. My biggest masterpiece has been my life in itself. And so when it comes to the art of peaceful living, we help people find a lifestyle that helps them develop a flow in their life and a place of ease, and really learning how to create a masterpiece in their life that allows them to reach happiness in every way.
And Sid, I'm going to keep you spotlighted for a moment, but so why is this so important to you?
Well, I'd say I coached college football for 12 years, and towards the end, I began to have pains in my body. I had ankle surgeries that I had had from playing sports, and so I began to see through the beginning of my yoga practice in 1996 that I was really coming into this place where I could truly create peace in my body. And so that's where it began for me, was really beginning to understand that I didn't have peace, and there was a way to begin to get it. And then as years passed, I went through marriages, I went through changes in jobs and all different types of stuff. And eventually I got to a place where I had this unshakable peace. And then through that, with all the things that people are going through nowadays, being able to have access to that level of peace shaped up everything differently in my life. And I know this show is about dating, and so it really, having that level of peace has created my life with my wife now, who in the beginning when we started dating, we had that level of peace and friendship that has continued. So I really love helping people find that in their life and bring that forward so that, it's possible. It really is. The peace is an inside job, and it's up to each of us to go find it within, and then we can share that with other people as well.
Thank you, Sid. I appreciate that. And I can really relate to what you shared as part of your journey. I found yoga really transformed my life as well, and meditation too. And it's interesting to me how many people are so against even trying yoga or meditation. I can't do that. I don't have the time. I'm not flexible. I can't concentrate. We hear all these kinds of things. But to your point, it really helps create this foundation where you can have better relationships with people because you're at peace. So, in terms of the people that you work with who are interested in getting into a relationship with someone else, what type of direction and advice do you give them to find peace? What is the first step that you suggest?
Well, when I was on my first vision quest, which I'm Native American, so my first vision quest was, where you go sit on the mountains. Well, you may not know, but vision quest is where you go sit on the mountains and you have this time to yourself to make a connection with spirit. And so what showed up for me when I came out of the mountains, I had heard that this person that was in my life at the time was not the one. I heard that from spirit. And when I got home, my grandmom asked me if I paid attention. And so at that point she advised me to break up with my girlfriend at the time, and I did, and then she said, call me back when you're done. When I called her back, she had me write in a journal everything I could ever want in a partner. And then she said, now I want you to go out on as many dates as you can, and anything that you notice is not there within your partner, shift it in you, and it'll begin to come through. So the first thing I would say for anyone really diving into dating, what worked for me to get to this place of truly being at peace with who I'm with and the life that we have, is to first become that person that you want in your life. Like, really take the time to understand, if you want somebody who is loyal, are you loyal to yourself? Are you loyal to the people in your life? If you want somebody who is truly at peace, and avoiding creating chaos. See where chaos is created in your life, shift it, and then you'll start to attract that person, because we are truly like tuning forks, and we are tuning into a frequency that brings forward into our life everything that is there. So that's one thing, a lot of times I've in working with people on relationships, they often aren't willing to really look at what is it that they're doing that resembles in some way what the other person is. If for I say this a lot, and it's not about labeling anyone, but if we are allowing in our lives someone to be what some would call jerks or mean or something like that, somewhere we are playing victim. I once heard this, and it's so true. It takes two people to have an inauthentic relationship. It takes one to have an authentic relationship. So if you have a relationship that's inauthentic in any way, there's some way that you are being inauthentic in that relationship.
I really love that. And I love that what you shared about whatever's missing from the other person, somehow incorporate that into you, into your being. We've got a couple of comments, by the way. We love when people reach out and communicate with us. So we've got Jane Northcote. Jane is over in Italy, and she's got a second comment. And me, oh, I know. What is it with people thinking they can't do yoga? I know, Jane. Jane, it's nice to have you in the house with us. Thank you so much. Sid, I'm wondering, what are your thoughts about being at peace by yourself, not
Well, I
needing to
mean,
date?
that's a big place. At least it has been in my life. Um, to have peace by myself really is the only place it has to be. The only place it can truly be. If I don't have peace by myself, then I'm not going to, at least I haven't been able to find peace with someone else. And so I think it's important to understand that peace is an inside job, but peace is not based on this cup in my hand, or uh, the things I have in my house, or whether or not the sun shines today or if it's raining today. Peace is not an outside thing. Peace is something that happens on the inside. So when I've had those moments to be alone, I've been able to really have the time to look in and see if I have peace. So I think that's a big part of it. It's not that you have to be alone. I mean, we're in this human form. We are meant to be in relationship with other people and to learn from that. Yet to have peace, it's one of two things that has to be done on the inside and doesn't have anything to do with anything else. If I'm loving something or someone, that's an outward expression. If I'm angry with someone, another outward expression. All the things are outward expressions except for peace and happiness. And I can have those two things without something else outside of me. So if I take that time to learn how to be alone, if I'm afforded that time, because some people, they don't necessarily have that time alone unless they go sit in their car or whatever. Yet know that if there's peace is lost, it's lost on the inside. So sometimes I need to be alone in order to recover that for myself.
Thank you, Sid. I think that's a really important point, because just like we talked about people not wanting to do yoga, they can't, they have all these reasons. It's the same thing with meditation. Sometimes these same people can't be alone. Oh, I can't be alone. No, I've got to be surrounded by people all the time. I mean, I know people like that they literally do not want to be in their own skin alone. They will come up with any excuse to find something to do. So I think there's something to be said about, if it's just you, that's great. You don't need anything else. And that takes work usually to get there. So I appreciate what you're saying. We do have another comment, and it's a question this time from Jane. What if you're in a relationship with a narcissist?
Well, I will say this. For me, when it comes to that word narcissist, like we are everything. So generally, people that are in a relationship with a narcissist, they aren't okay saying, all right, how's this fit for me? A narcissist is generally, at least from what I understand of a narcissist, is someone who is thinks everything's perfect and will think that their partner is perfect until there's a breakup or something that begins to shift, and then they have to turn it on the other person, because if not, then they are no longer perfect. So the benefit of a narcissist, like, there's a strength of being a narcissist, and that strength is generally that narcissist has confidence to stand up for themselves. And then the opposite of a narcissist would be someone who's humble. And there's a weakness of being humble. A lot of people don't think that there's anything that could happen from being too humble. Well, if you're too humble, you often appear weak. People take advantage of you because of your demeanor. And like I said, the opposite of a narcissist is someone who is confident or assured of themselves. And so, really, ideally, because we are everything, we are love. And so, love encompasses everything. So, in one corner, you've got narcissist and you've got weak. And then in the other way, you've got confident and you have humble. But they are all derivatives of each other. And so the ideally what we do is we learn to live in where it's appropriate to be in this place where I am confident, and it's appropriate at times to be humble, and now learn to balance in between those. And so that's how it shows up for me when I look at somebody that may be a narcissist in my life. If it bothers me, there's something I can do to bring that relationship back into its authenticity. If someone is a narcissist, I don't want to play weak with that person when they come into that. I can be humble, but then I can also make sure that I'm confident to speak. And so I think it's important that, for me, I had to let go of labeling other people and just begin to see, how am I playing in the relationship? The relationship, in order to have a great relationship, my grandma, we were having this conversation once, and it isn't 50-50 doesn't make a relationship. Each person giving 50-50. It's really 100-100. Like, each person giving 100% of themselves to make the relationship great, or you get a half-ass relationship. Excuse my language. And so I think it's important that we bring our full selves into our relationship so that we can be in the dance authentically, and so that we can continue to move forward.
I think that's really brilliant, Sid. Thank you so much. You actually brought another perspective about the word narcissist. So I'm wondering if you would be if you'd be able to elaborate on this. To me, when I think of a narcissist, and I definitely have dated narcissists, I gave them my power. I basically became weak and insecure, and ended up not liking myself. But I can't blame that on the other person, because I had a decision to make about how I was going to show up in that relationship. Would you agree that we can take back our power and make choices about who we have in our life and how we react?
Yes, and that comes from the ability to hold myself accountable for how I've created my life. One thing, I look at my life and I say, there's only one person seeing my life the way I see it. Nobody else sees my life the same. I look through my own eyes, and if I see someone as angry, that's because I know what angry is. If I see someone as happy, it's because I know what happy is. So when I look at someone, if I can't see from the eyes of compassion, somewhere I'm stuck, because everybody's going through something. That person that typically is a narcissist, they went through something to create that. They weren't a narcissist when they were born. So it's, for me, I really work at, practicing forgiveness, practicing compassion, because someone who is being less than their best, they don't know, it's not a conscious choice. It's rare that someone is just like, you know what, I'm going to go from a happy baby to being the meanest person I can be. I don't think that happens. I think people are nurtured through things that end up taking them down a path that may not be where they want to go either. So if I can have compassion for them and can see beyond the hurt that they're working from their past and begin to see them as liberated, they will become liberated.
Thank you very much. That's a great explanation. Sid, we're going to take a break, and we're actually going to hear from one of our sponsors, and we're going to watch a music video from one of my friends. And when we come back, I would love for you to read from one of your award-winning books.
I sure will.
Fantastic. Okay, folks, so we're going to take a look at a clip called the Earthshot Prize. This was brought to us by Ian Pelham Turner and Helena Shard in the UK. And then we will watch a music video for Madeline Chan, who is my voice coach. She is also an award-winning singer, music writer, and producer. So we'll be right back with Sid McNairy right after this. Stay with us.
Ours is a world of wonder. Every day it reminds us of its beauty. It touches us, teaches us, and astounds us. But it also warns us that what we throw away does not go away. That higher temperatures mean a lot more than longer summers. That we can no longer take life as we know it for granted. We are at a unique stage in our history. Never before have we had such an awareness of what we are doing to the planet. And never before have we had the power to do something about that. We face a series
by your love. What you give me is just not enough. I need a love to take me higher and higher and higher. Every step I take, I feel more awake. Getting closer now, I feel so alive. Stopping me, this is how I live. Ever closer now. Just follow love, and love will take you there. Just follow love, follow me. Just follow love, and love will take you there. Just follow love, follow me. Follow love.
Hi, welcome back to USA Global TV, home of Talking Heads, and also welcome to our friends listening on the radio on Business Talk Radio. We're really happy to have you here today. It's All About Dating is our program right now, and we say hello again to Lori Mendelson, who's not with us. She has the day off. Our guest is an international best-selling author, world-renowned motivational speaker and transformational coach. His name is Sid McNairy. And in our first segment of the show, we explored what he actually has, why he has picked Art of Peaceful Living as his tagline. And we've also looked at how he helps people deepen their relationships. And he also shared his understanding of what a narcissist is, what our role is in each of our relationships. So welcome back, Sid.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here. It's going. I really love that video. I love the energy of it. Really awesome.
Oh, the song Follow Me?
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yes, Madeline is truly amazing. I met her through someone, through this platform, and now she's my vocal coach. And we actually have a seminar called "The Power of Listening," the music version. So it's kind of cool how things evolve. But I'll let her know that you like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Sid, you have written 6 books. I know you collaborated on 2 of them, and I would love for you to read from one of your books if you'd be open to that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to read from my latest book, Those Who Know God. And when you look at the cover, a lot of people get scared because they think it's a religious book, but the book really is about developing your relationship to the source of all things. And with our conversation, I just happened to open to this page, and it seems really fitting for that conversation around the narcissist. So what is it going to be? Many people have programs running in their heads of fear of what others are thinking and doing. Yes, there are people doing things that are far less than what we know can be done in the world. They are operating from the negative, killing, shaming, abusing, being racist, trafficking, performing evil acts in the world. What makes you think that they know how to do something different than what they are doing? Playing the judge is far from what it is about. Jesus said, "Let thou without sin cast the first stone." Just live out the teachings of the ancient ones and let it go. This is about moving forward. And so that's really, I just wanted to read that because I think it's an important thing that especially when we're looking at dating or looking at where the world is and how to move forward, that we start to move beyond the need to play judge and just be in the space of understanding of how are we participating in life? How am I, when I think about dating and I think about the beginning of my relationship with my wife, both of us really wanted to just stand for the other person and know that that person was going to be supported. And then in that way, we became the best of friends, and we've been able to hold that space for each other in our marriage that continues to lift us up. So wanted to, it just so happens that I opened to that part of the book, Those Who Know God. You can get any of my books on Amazon, but I think it's really important that we begin to understand that we've been living in programs that are based on our past, and we can shift those programs at any point in time.
I think that was a great segment to read. I really appreciate that. And it's interesting because when you talk about judgment and we bring it into dating, the area that I specialize is helping people to be better listeners. And so many times people are judging what they're hearing from the other person. And it actually all comes together. If you're judging, you're not listening. If you're judging, you're not going to have authentic conversations or relationships with anyone. And yet people, with what's going on in the world, there's so many things that you could have a judgment about. But it's not about that. It's about being a real person and being there for somebody else, because we don't know what someone else is going through. And to your point earlier, we're a baby, and then we grow up and we see things, we learn things, and we change, but we can change again. So I think if we give people the space, we hold space for people, and we think the best and support them, that makes a difference.
Yes, I agree. And I love that in your work, you use, especially in dating, you use the art of listening. We call it the art of listening and the art of peaceful living, because really, and we start with that as the foundation. When I'm mentoring someone, or if I'm working with couples, to help people see that most people are not listening at all. They're thinking while someone else is talking, they're thinking, do I trust you? Do I agree with you? Do I disagree? And all those things that we're doing in our head is not listening. Listening is it really comes from me from a place of silence. So a tool that I use is to feel my heartbeat when I'm paying attention to somebody else, because then my mind has to be one pointed, and it goes pointed into myself, and then I can reach out, just generously listen to somebody. And I think that is, we can heal the world, we can transform relationships, we can find the perfect person for us when we learn how to listen. Because people usually tell you what they're about, and if you're not listening, you end up with someone that you didn't even want to be with in the first place.
That's so true. There's that expression, I don't know who came up with it, but when someone shows you who they are, believe them. But we're not paying attention, we're not listening. And it's funny, when people come on the show, before they come on, they'll say, can you send me the questions? Can you send me the script? No, there is no script. There are no questions, because I have to be paying attention to what you're saying. Otherwise, I'm going to miss it, and it's really not authentic.
Right. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't send any questions.
See, it's true, folks. There's no questions. So, Sid, what advice do you have for people who have been in a lockdown? They're in a relationship that doesn't work. They want to meet somebody else, but they don't want to get out of this relationship. There's a lot of that going on, because people have come forward and said, well, I can't stand this person. I had all this time to spend with them, and I really want to meet somebody else. You have to let go of that, right? You have to close that door before you can move on.
Well, I'm going to address this because as I said, I'm Native American, and the elders often told stories. They never gave me advice. They never told me what to do, unless it was something that was like, hey man, you're about to go down a really dark hole right now. And what I can say is, you can do it either way. You can stay where you are, you can leave, and you can do it another way. You can stay where you are and you could leave at the same time. And there's going to be things that come on the other side. For instance, and I pretty much have done them all, and I've been part of them all being done to me. And so when it comes to relationships, and so if you leave while you're still with someone, meaning that you go and find another partner and transition during that time, you may leave a wake behind you. And if that's something you want to deal with after the fact, then know that that's a possibility. You may leave and then go find someone, and that may work for you. You may leave with a broken heart and then mend that and not take that into the next relationship. So I think it's just important to do and pause. Like in Those Who Know God, we talk about stop, listen, and feel. So laws of hole. If I'm in a hole, how do I get out of a hole? The first thing to do is to stop digging in the same hole and then get out of the hole. So if you're in a place where the relationship is already south, stop digging in that hole and get clear. Stop. And then listen to what's going on in your mind, because those things that are going on in your mind begin to create the program that you carry forward. If I never take the time to stop and really listen to my own train of thought, I'm carrying that forward into the next relationship. And then finally, as you've listened to what's going in your mind, feel your way forward. And if the feelings that you're going to aren't going in the direction, that's why it's important for me to know that I want to move to peace. So I know if something that I'm choosing is moving towards peace or not. And if it's not, then I choose to go in another direction. So I'd say for anybody that is hearing this and may feel like you are stuck, well, no, you're never stuck. You're not glued to your chair. Your feet aren't cemented to the floor. So you just have to make choices to allow yourself space to move forward. And the way to move forward is to know where you want to go. If you want to go into more chaos, then you may leave by creating a lot of chaos in your life first. If you want to move towards peace or towards love or towards a beautiful relationship, then you may want to complete the place where you are and move forward in a way that moves you in the direction of where you want to go.
Well said. Well said. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sid, for the remainder of our show, I'd really like to focus on how you work with your clients. So people who are out there thinking, wow, I'd really like to reach out to him. Who is if there is a typical client, and what's your process for working with someone?
Well, first and foremost, people that I like to work with are people that are truly invested. And I'm not talking about monetary investment. I'm talking about invested in wanting to shift their lives in some way. And so someone who is truly committed. I coach college football for 12 years. I have a way of being that is direct and let's move forward. We have a program that for couples that are desperate and feeling like if they don't find their way, they're going to break up in a few days. We call that the Hail Mary, and we go deep fast and help people move in that way. And then we have other programs, Awaken the Witness Within, which is a 12-week program that someone can come in, and whether you're single or you're a couple that wants to go through it, we're going to walk through place first. The beginning is looking within yourself, understanding how the relationships work, especially from the eyes of where you are, and then creating that space going forward. In this space of many people that are probably watching this are looking for a partner or in dating situations. And so we really want to help someone understand how to be the person they want so they can attract that person. And then we do many other things. You can check out artofpeacefulliving.com, and that'll help you understand we've got like 6 different paths that people can take because I've been working with people since 1992 and in all many different capacities. So we still use all of those things. I've trained close to 3,000 yoga teachers. So inspiring people to help other people is something that's very important to me. And to myself and to my wife, and that's why we do this. We really love helping people find their way home within their own heart, and also how to move forward in their lives and really feel inspired and hopeful that the best life for you is the one in front of you.
Thank you, Sid. And I believe you shared with me before the program that you have a special offer for anyone who wants to reach out. Would you share that with our audience?
Yeah. I love spending time with people. So, heck, I just gave this same gift to 200 people, and a lot of them have already started to sign up. So if you want to jump on a call, I'll do a half-hour coaching session with you. We'll look at different things. I love helping people figure that out, because if you figure out, like I did, that peace was something I wanted in my life, and it may not be peace. You may actually know that you want to build the biggest house on earth. And if you want to build the biggest house on earth, there's steps that you have to do to get there. You may want to have the best relationship. We're going to figure out what is that real deep desire that you want to be able to live the life of your dreams. So that's my gift to anyone that sees this. You can go to our website. You can find the links that say book a call. You can click for a 30-minute call, set it up. We'll hop on a call, and I've got a few tricks up my sleeve to help you find your way and open up to what's next for you. And know that if we get on a call, it's really about you. I'm not going to be trying to sell you a bunch of stuff. If something works for you, we can then move forward in that way. But I really want to just help you live the best life you can. So look forward to it.
Thank you, Sid. And I'd also like to just ask you about Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse, but I have not been active on there for a few weeks. And I just wonder, are you doing anything on there that you want people to know about?
Yeah, on Fridays we do, we call it the hot seat. So we invite guests in and we put them on the hot seat, and it gives people an opportunity to get to know them, as well as get to ask questions around different conversations, different subjects that may not be asked, but helps people understand themselves as they get to know this other person. Tomorrow, my wife is going to be on the hot seat, so I look forward to that. And then on Sundays at 8 a.m. and Tuesdays at 8 a.m., we do a couple different rooms that are centered around helping people find peace in their life. And then on Thursday nights, we do what is called Pass the Stick. It's a Thursday night at 8:30, and all these times are Eastern Standard Time. And so it's just like the Native American custom with the talking stick. So everybody is part of that conversation. We've had conversations about world leaders, just how am I showing up as a world leader, or how someone, whoever has the stick, can talk. So we really want everyone to find their voice, and I think that's an important thing of where we are as a society, is people finding their voice and how to stand authentically in their own voice to help other people. So those 4 times are consistent on Clubhouse, and then we also do pop-up rooms.
I'm glad I asked that because you're very active over there. So how has Clubhouse changed your life personally or professionally, if at all?
Well, I mean, in the beginning, it started out, I was, like yourself or anyone else, I just went on Clubhouse. And then people asked me to come up to the stage and speak. And then the next thing you know, I was leading a room 7 days a week, and really commanding my own voice from all the things I've done, the different books, the 3 books behind me, my other book. And so being able to speak that often gave me a chance for people to get to know me from all over the world. So now in our mentor program that we have that runs for a year for anyone that wants to sign up for it, I'm mentoring people from Bali, from the United States, from the UK, from Canada. So people all over the world. And so I think that's what Clubhouse has done for me, is really given me the exposure to meet people from everywhere, and even being here on this show today.
I would agree with you. I have met so many incredible people that this platform is literally global as a result of people I met on Clubhouse. But because I have 18 to 20 shows a week, I can't go over there as much as I used to, but I highly recommend it. I think there's incredible connections that you can make there that you wouldn't be able to make otherwise.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. Yes. And Sid, I just want to clarify this for people who are watching or listening. So you can work with people anywhere in the world. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're offering
via Zoom or many other ways too. Yes.
And you've helped so many people already, thousands and thousands of people. You're offering your time, 30 minutes of your time without any cost, for people to share whatever it is they're feeling, whether they're trying to find peace, whether they're trying to accomplish something. You don't even have any specific parameters, but they have to be committed during the 30 minutes that they really want to try to, I don't want to say change, because that's not, they're just committed to being engaged during that 30-minute call.
For sure. Just being open to seeing what's possible. What's possible may mean that someone could come on and they might be like, Sid's not the perfect guy for me to work with. And that's okay, because that 30 minutes of understanding that will guide you to the person that works for you. And so I think it's important. I've had coaches in my life since the age of 7 years old, and I still have coaches in my life. And someone has been where I'm trying to go. If I want to go to the store and I'm in a new town, if I don't have Siri and Google with me, and I'm walking down the street, I'm going to need someone to show me the way, and so, or I'll just be wandering around for days until I get there. So I really am grateful for all the people that have added to my life, because of the many different lives I've lived in this lifetime. Typically I can help somebody else too. So I love doing that. And it truly is my gift, and my mission here on earth is to help other people. And so if someone jumps on that call, I'll be committed. So I want them to be committed too.
And again, how can they get to your website? I don't have that scrolling here.
Yes, no problem. It is theartofpeacefulliving.com. I can type it in the chat real quick. I'm not sure if this goes to everybody.
So I'll put it in here, www, The Art of Peaceful Living.
Not just artofpeacefulliving.com.
Perfect. That's multitasking here. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see if I spelled it right. All right. See, folks, you're watching what really happens live.
This is live.
Typing of the banner. artofpeacefulliving.com.
There it is.
All right. There's your opportunity to meet this fantastic person who truly wants to help you. So please go to his website, artofpeacefulliving.com, and book your 30-minute session without any cost. We can also find Sid on Clubhouse. Give us those days and times again, please.
Yes. Sunday and Tuesday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Thursday at 8:30 p.m. and Fridays tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So all are Eastern, and many different things happen, and it's just a great time to connect, and especially on Tuesdays, I just do an hour of free coaching for whatever people need or want.
It's beautiful. I love that. And if you would hold up your books, please, just so we can see them, and they're available on Amazon.
Yes. So we've got The Warrior Within, Those Who Know God, and Yoga and Life Empowerment. And so really excited about all of them. Actually, they're all fairly new. And then we have another book my wife and I are writing together, and that's it's called The Search for the Perfect Wave. We surf, hence the surfboard behind me, as well as we are surfing and searching for and riding the perfect wave each and every day together. So we look forward to sharing that.
That's a great title, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love it. And I see we have some folks who just joined us. We're about to close the show. Please go over to our YouTube channel, USA Global TV, and you can watch the show from the beginning here, or you can go to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and then all the typical places where podcasts are. Thank you so much, Sid. It's been an absolute pleasure meeting you, and I'd love to have you back on this or one of our other shows.
I love it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We'll see you again. Take care. Bye. I just love what I do. Isn't he fantastic? He's accomplished so much, and yet he wants to keep helping people. That's what he's all about. You can just see at the core, he is just a beautiful, wonderful person. So I'm really thankful to him for being here. So that wraps up our shows for today. I just want to let you know that we've got this great show coming up tomorrow. It's brand new. That's right. It's called The Power of Etiquette and Manners. And my co-host is Philip Sykes, who's joining us from the British School of Etiquette over in the UK. So I hope you'll join us for that. The show is at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 3 p.m. British Summer Time. Also tomorrow we have Life's Amazing Journey with John Christian, and our guest is Chris Van Cleve. And at noon, we're welcoming back Sandy Adams on Fashion, Fitness, Travel, and Leisure. Sandy's been traveling, and she's going to give us live footage from wherever it is that she's been. And then we have presenting Pet Psychic Amina. And finally, we're closing out the day with stories of hope, inspiration, and overcoming adversity. Wherever you are in the world, remember, you're not alone. Reach out. This is such a great time to make new connections. As Sid and I were talking, Clubhouse is a great place. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to do your makeup. You don't have to get dressed up. Just go on your phone, go on the app. I'm not a paid spokesperson, but whatever it is you do, please just get out there and meet new people and see where things can go, because you never know. That's all I have to say for today. Thank you again for being here. I'm going to close out with another music video from our friends, the Debutantes. You can find them over on Instagram, Lavinia and Victoria. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to USA Global TV, home of Talking Heads, and also welcome to our friends on Business Talk Radio. You are watching a trailer for the United Kitchens. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and I am privileged and honored to be working with two amazing chefs to bring this show to you on October 22nd. Our show features two wonderful people from different places in the world. Let's bring them on. We've got Ricky McHealthy McKenna joining us from Texas, and we've got Simon McDonald joining us from Scotland. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Ricky, do tell us what we can expect from you on October 22nd.
Oh, thank you, Dr. JACALYN. I am Ricky McKenna. I am a certified nutritionist as well as a chef, and I have been preparing food for as long as I can remember. I'm also going to be showing you easy to prepare meals and delicious, of course, how to use some old-fashioned gadgets that will save time and energy and help you understand what food is. It's food for thought, as well as wonderful food to put in your mouth and help your body be healthy and wonderful. Join us from Texas.
Thank you, Ricky. Yes, the great state of Texas. And joining us from Scotland, Simon. What can we expect from you on October 22nd?
Right. Hello, everybody. I'm Simon MacDonald. I'm in the beautiful West Highlands of Scotland. Magnificent place, full of history, full of heritage. Now, do you know how to use one of these? Or a smaller one or a bigger one? Do you know how to sharpen them? I'll teach you. I'll show you. This will help your kitchen skills enormously. And I'll also show you traditional foods, modern foods, coming with the heritage and the background of Scotland and all our flavors that we have for you.
Thank you so much, Simon. And for those of you wondering, how can you watch our program? Well, we will be live on 11 different platforms, and then we'll become a podcast on 6 others. But the best way is to go to our YouTube channel, USA Global TV, and you can subscribe and watch this fabulous show and all the other shows that we have coming for you. So we'll see you then. Thank you so much from the United Kitchens and the Mad Hatters.